I believe this was around the late 70s. Aunt, my mom's older sister, she found out that she was pregnant with her first first baby, my cousin. She was happy, but at the same time, my uncle started working for an airline called Continental Airline. He just started working, so he was under probation. He was also on call whenever they call him and say, then there's a there's a plane coming in. He's supposed to be there because he was a mechanic. He would go almost every other night. Planes coming through from Hawaii, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. He would go in the middle of the night, start working on the planes. My aunt, she would either be parked in the parking lot waiting for him, or she would be at home. Most of the time, she would be at home. There is this one night, just about to go to sleep, she turned off their TV. She got comfortable because they used to live in a trailer. When you go inside her trailer, on your left at the end of the halls, it's like her room and the bathroom, and then the hallway to the kitchen and then the living room. My aunt like sleeping in the living room. She turned off her TV and she was just about to go to sleep. You know that time when you're just about to fall asleep and she can footsteps coming from the room at the end of the hall walking towards her. She felt like somebody was standing over her. She didn't want to open her eyes because she said she was scared. She felt like it was forever. She opened her eyes, she got up, started praying the rosary, trying to clear her head, trying to offer an explanation. The next day, my uncle, her husband, he came back early in the morning, tired, telling her, "Are you hungry? Because I want to go get breakfast and come back to sleep." She said, yeah. They went to go eat out. When they came back to the house, to the trailer, my dad tried to tell my uncle, you know, when I was trying to go to sleep last night, I felt like somebody was standing over me, looking down at me. He was just too busy, too tired to talk about it, just going, probably thinking too much about work. She was working at the time as a telemarketer, I think. This has been going on for a few months. There was one time she was washing clothes. A black shadow standing behind her while she was bent down, scrubbing her clothes, brushing inside a big bucket, brushing. She looked behind her, there was nobody there. She got really scared. This really escalated when she was on maternity leave. She was like 6, 7 months pregnant already. Her belly was showing. There is this one time her and her husband were arguing about financial stuff. Right after their argument, she started seeing scratches on her body, on her chest, arm, her forehead. It was always in threes. She didn't know that. She just knew that whenever her and her husband would get into a fight, she's always trying to calm them down and be like, oh, don't. I understand. She didn't want to get scratched again. One morning, she was just tending to her garden. She was cleaning out the weeds. An old man came out of nowhere. He didn't even know her. She didn't even know him too. He just came up to her. He's like, hi, miss. Hey, I have a really weird question. Are you going through stuff? And she's like, what kind of stuff? Are you going through anything paranormal? Because she was being pregnant and moody. She's just like, who's telling you these? He's just like, oh, no. Nobody told me. I was just walking by. I kind of felt like something was wrong around this area. And she was just like, yeah, I've been experiencing some stuff. Why? What do you feel? I'm like, he didn't say a bad entity. He was just like a bad person is looking at me. Or like a bad person is like spying on me. Just that feeling he just got. My aunt was just like, yeah, I have been going through some stuff for a while now. I tried to tell my husband, he's not listening to me. She was alone. Nobody was there with her. The old man was like, is it okay if I can go do what I was gonna do and come back and help you see what you're dealing? She's like, yes, please. I really feel like I'm going crazy. I keep telling people about these things and nobody's listening to me. And he's like, okay, I'll be right back. He left and was just gonna do what he was gonna do that day. He wasn't even planning on going to my aunt's house and be like, hey, I know you have something. He just walked by and just know that there. He had a good heart. He just wanted to see what was happening. He left, came back. My aunt, she was biting her nails, waiting for him to come back. So he came back and okay, so we're gonna do a walk through your house. I know something's in here, but it's hiding. When I came in, that's what the old man said. He said, this thing is hiding. It knows that the old man was like a Marshallese healer. Kind of like a white witch, but more chanting, but you're beating the demon. You're not standing over it and just praying. You can also have a handful of coconut leaves. You can just hit where the demon is hiding. It just that's when you're fighting with it. They went around the house. He said, I can't find it in here. They walked outside to my aunt's garden. Once he got closer to my aunt's plumeria tree, this is a type of tropical flower. You can also find it in Hawaii. He started walking towards it and he's like, the color of the plumeria is different. Normally a plumeria tree is either pink, red, yellow, or white. He said it looked kind of off, probably because it was a red one. It was a red flower. It kind of looked brownish orange. It wasn't like the color of plumeria. You can just look at it and you're like, oh, is this tree okay? It's weird looking. He walks over to the plumeria tree. He's like, shushing my auntie, and I think I can hear it. And she's like, what do you hear? I hear breathing. He starts going around the tree, and in the body of the tree, there's like a black hole. He was like, this is where the thing is. This is where the demon is. It's been sleeping in this tree, coming out at night to feed off your fear. He's like, don't do anything to this tree yet. I want to talk to you before we do anything. They went back into the house. What people usually do to protect their house, they use salt in front of the doors or the window to protect themselves from bad spirits. We sometimes use these different kind of plants. We just tie it over our windows or tie it in front of our doors. There's an opening for demons to go in and out. We can also crush the plastic and wipe it to the mirrors or the windows. We believe on a window or a mirror is another way for them to spy on. The old man got my aunt back into the house. He said, seal the entrance. That's what he did. They got in and he said, what I can tell you right now is that what you're dealing with is a Wanina. Wanina in Marshallese is a very old, ancient demon that's been around since before the missionaries came over to the Pacifics, or even before that. There are different types. There are some that can grow as tall as coconut trees, anything that you can imagine that's really tall. There are some that wait until you fall asleep. When you do fall asleep, they can invade your dream, show you things that scars you for life. There are some that if you walk into a room and it's all smoke and foggy, then they say that right when you're in the middle of that smoke and fog, you're going to start seeing someone walking past or walking towards you. But you can never see their faces. you can never see what they look like because I don't know if they're human spirits that were done wrong before or if they were just created by the leaders of these tribes back then to protect them from it was like war and war towards each other. I guess they would start fighting and trying to look for a way to win their war. I can't really explain. Immediately, people from where I'm from Marshallese, they're just gonna be like, oh, we know how that is. Everybody knows it. That's how long it's been around. He told my aunt, you have to stick it out until tomorrow. I'll help you tomorrow at dawn. Yeah, we're gonna wait until it falls back asleep. If we do it now, it's either that demon's gonna wake up, run away and look for somewhere else to hide. It's not only gonna bother you more, but it can also probably bother your baby. Flip your baby around. It could be born by its feet. I heard that their water broke early or the baby flips over in their stomach or the umbilical cord like wrapped around the baby's neck. It's probably superstition, but this is what people usually say. There's these older women, men, who are just very cautious, very spiritual. And so he said, I'm gonna leave and I'm gonna prepare traditional medicine for you and the baby. I'm gonna bring some stuff for us to fight against this. She said, what if I leave the house? He says, you can't leave the house because if you leave the house, that thing might follow you, might cause you more harm. If you are driving, he can probably show up in the middle of the road and you might swerve and hit something. It might just sit in the back of your trunk while you're driving and do something to you. He didn't want her to move around because it's not safe. Once she found out about it, he said not to move around. The husband didn't know about it, my uncle. She acted as though everything was fine and she was like, okay, you can go to work. I'll be here. You can come back whenever. But inside she was like, no, I really wish that you knew what I was going to do, but this is for our family. I guess that's what she said. But my uncle was like, why are you being so nice? Why are you telling me to leave right now? She was like, nothing, just go. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Just go. I'm just gonna probably cook food and just go to sleep. And he's just suspicious, side-eyeing her. Are you sure? I could call in and just say I'm gonna take you to the hospital, or I can stay. We can watch a movie. And she's just like, no, it's okay. You can do whatever. You can go. You're also under probation. If you do miss a day, it's gonna be bad on your record. You really wanted to work for Continental Airlines. And he's like, okay, I guess I can go. Love you. And she's like, love you too. That night, it hit her the hardest because I don't know if that demon knew that she brought someone in to try and get rid of it. Now he started showing her things, whispering in her ear, whistling, tapping on her window. When she was just going crazy. When she was telling me this part, she started crying. Then she said, I couldn't let anybody know what I was going through. If I told anybody, the thing might have gone to the person I told them about, probably hurt them. The thing likes to hide and play tricks on you. It's really annoying to have one. It's annoying, but it's also very scary. You can also call the church, the Christian church, their deacons or the pastor, whatever. They can come in and start praying for the house and pray for you and get baptized. All these things. So this demon can go away. But the thing about this is that it's not going to go away. This thing is ancient, traditional. I don't know why people say that you can get rid of it by putting a Bible inside your house. No, it's not going to work. My aunt said it's not going to work. She's been praying. She got her house blessed 3 times. Nothing worked. She got a pastor to come in to exercise the house, but nothing. It was gone for a moment, but it comes back out of nowhere. She could be like, this whole week has been nice. She's washing dishes. And when she lifts up her head and looks out the window, she can see the thing again standing outside the window or behind the reflection of it behind her. She's just like, what the hell? He really went through it all. The old man came back around 5, 6 in the morning. It was dawn, really early in the morning. He came back and he had traditional baby oil, coconut leaves, a lot of stuff he brought with him. First, what he did was covered my aunt with baby oil while he was chanting towards her. He had a rock, a big stone. He was rubbing the rock from shoulder all the way to her fingertips, and then her head down to her toes. And he said, "Oh, I'm just pushing out all that energy that's sticking with you. I'm trying to get rid of it." After they were done with that, he started grabbing all his coconut leaf. He started pounding some other plants in a bowl while also chanting. He just kept chanting. He went outside to the plumeria tree and he just went to the hole. He started covering it. He said, "I'm sealing it so it doesn't come out." So he started walking back. He told her, "It's gonna feel like someone's pressing on her shoulders. You're gonna start feeling a weight on you." He started chanting, hitting the ground with staff. It's not for walking around. They can put it on you and then this evil spirit just runs away. He started pounding the ground and my aunt started feeling like someone was pushing on her shoulders down. There's someone on top of me, like an adult sitting on my shoulders. It was so heavy. He just kept chanting. He started pounding the ground. She said her plumeria tree started shaking and leaves started falling. It just kept dying. Leaves started falling and then you can see it curve up and then started to go brown, from green to brown. It was really weird because I really thought that plumeria tree would live forever. He starts cutting it off while he chanted. When the plumeria tree fell, he took out his staff and started beating the tree. My aunt, she can hear the really low growl. It was so huge. Never heard it before. Lower a growl. She can hear the old man just kept beating it. She looked at how the old man was beating it. He was beating the tree and from top to bottom. It probably took like a few minutes or an hour for the old man to beat the thing out. The tree died from our healthy looking all brown and dried out. The old man said, "Okay, I think I got the demon. We have to hurry it burns. I'm sorry to tell you about your tree that because we beat the demon, your plumeria tree is not gonna have any flowers anymore." She's like, "It's okay. I just want to sleep." He started chanting more, like pouring some other toxin into the tree and started burning it. They started burning it. It was like a different color. When they started throwing the leaves in and the branches, it looks like somebody was on top of a flame. There's a silhouette of a body or something was on top of the flame. She was just this, "What is this?" He's just like, "Oh, that's the demon. You can't see it, but you can see that. You can see that older." Since that day, my aunt has been, well, she's always been Christian. She thanked the old man Us and that old man's family, we've been close since forever. I still hang out with their kid. After the old man passed away, he never taught any of his kids or grandkids what he does. One of his daughters told him off and said, because she was a Christian, she told him off because he wanted to teach one of her sons. His daughter heard about this and she was like, don't teach him any of those things you're doing. You're doing the devil's work. And she just yelling at her dad. And then the old man was like, okay, I'm not going to teach anybody. But this is useful. What if I die and these things happen to you? What are you going to do? What if God doesn't? What if this doesn't respond to your prayers? It won't be afraid of it. It's either I teach you these things or you go through it and suffer because you didn't listen to me. And she's just like, no, God is always the answer. Like, religious man. God is always the answer. He passed away. I remember I went to I was probably in second grade, first grade, and I was asking my mom. I was like, Mom, who's this old man we're gonna see? She was just like, oh, I call him uncle. That's how close we are to my mom. Her school is my mom. That's how close they are to. Oh, I call him uncle. Why? Is he related to you? No, because he was the only one that helped out my sister. And my sister said to treat him like a father because he's very caring. After dealing with the demon, what I could do to thank you for what you did, I'm gonna give my son your last name. So my eldest cousin is the only one with a different last name. And she said, he is not your blood, but he will always be your family. The old man passed away. My cousin grew up. Nothing happened to my cousin. He grew up healthy, came out healthy. There is this one time she was in her garden and she felt like someone threw like a pebble at her back. When she looked back, it was her husband. He was walking away, but she knew her husband was inside the trailer. Nobody ever writes about these things because it's like taboo. We tell each other during the day because you can never talk about it at night. It's bad to talk about demons at night.